Next on the Dying Light 2 agenda, we are checking out some bandit camps, which there's only, I think, 4 or 3 in the entire map. Which, you know, isn't a lot, but you can do them during the daytime or nighttime. It really doesn't matter. It's kind of a preference thing. Yeah, you can do them daytime or nighttime. Doesn't really matter. Either way, they are fun and they run the exact same. You basically kill all the guys, loot what you can in the area, and then kill the boss guy, and then you gotta spin this wheel, which I'm gonna show. Nighttime and daytime, they're both okay. It doesn't really matter. This is quite a big camp. There is you do your first camp. One of these camps is actually part of the main story. The rest of them you kind of just come across, but the main story one kind of teaches you what they're like, whether you should do them, and just do them because you know they're not bad. You get some good loot, and it's really good for your combat XP. And you get decent parkour XP. Whoa, okay, I see you, arrow guy. Oh, there goes. Oh, hi. Oh, there's 2 of you. Guys, I don't want to have to do this. Can I, like, do a parry on one of you guys, please? Stop doing heavy attacks. Dude. Try to show something. You know what? I was purposely trying to go easy on them. Bandit camps really aren't that big of a deal, but as you see, nighttime, daytime, doesn't really matter. They look cool either way, but finish this one in... Where'd he go? Oh, hi. We'll finish this one in the daytime. Daytime versus nighttime, doesn't really matter. These are the same thing either way. Just kill everyone. It's basically your goal. Obviously, there's a lot to loot. You can loot it, you cannot. It doesn't really matter. And honestly, there's not really anything great to get out of these. It's just regular stuff that you can pretty much just sell. You're probably not going to get anything you're going to want to keep unless you're early on in game, and then maybe. But if you're late game, if you're doing this at the end of the game, there's really nothing you're going to keep here. Nothing you're going to really kill. Do I like the combat in Dying Light 2? Honestly, not really. It's cool, there's a lot more moves, but I don't like it anywhere near as much as I do as the combat in Dying Light 1. Feel more real. You can hit enemies in this one, and they'll just keep swinging at you, whereas you hit an enemy in Dying Light 1, you know, they stop, because, yeah, I guess that kind of hurt. It's a little better that way. But it's nice because there's a lot more options. Like I said, Dying Light 1, probably, in my opinion, a better game for gameplay-wise. It's got a lot of better stuff in it. I like the story better. I like pretty much everything about Dying Light 1 better, but I would rather play Dying Light 2 now because, well, let's be real, it's the newer one. That's how that works. You're going to want to play the newer game. And it does feel like it's got more to do after the game's been done. Just cancel my drop key. Alright. Yeah, there'll be little rooms like this, lockpicking ones that you can do to get into loot. Which, as you can see, are very easy. You go in, you loot whatever you want. There is a bandit camp that has like 4 inhibitors located in or around the camp. It's up towards... I don't remember the exact spot of it. I'm trying to remember where it is. There is a camp somewhere. I think it might be that one, Downtown Thugs. Yeah, it's Downtown Thugs. Downtown Thugs is one of the bandit camps that has a bunch of inhibitors in it, so it's definitely one to do. It's quite important. I recommend doing that one early on so you can pick up all those inhibitors. Oh, hello. Oh, that was bad. That wasn't. Yeah, you know, I will admit, I'm not that great at the fighting in the regular enemies in this game. I don't really care, because personally, I don't really enjoy the fighting that much. The combat's not great. Still, dropkick being, like, one of the most overpowered things. You won't do anything. You're struggling with doing a fight. Jesus Christ, guys. Just drop kick. It'll work. It doesn't really work with the big guys, but you can try. I'm good. I'm gonna pick up this though. And there's always spears around everywhere, which, you know, kind of come in handy. Who's shooting at me? Am I blind? I am. Excuse me. I don't know why I just grappled to him. I know I haven't really looted much, but this is probably the biggest one, and there is a lot to loot, but there's nothing in particular that I really want here, or there's nothing I really want to loot, so I could care less. But there is lots to loot in these places, so bandit camps are something you want to do earlier on, give you XP, give you some early game loot, and they'll help you get through more towards the rest of the game. They're not really an end game loot thing. You want some amazing end game loot, don't go to a bandit camp. That's not what you're gonna get. You're gonna get some decent stuff and some good XP. That's pretty much what you're gonna get. I know there's a lot of combat controls and stuff, especially if you get in with the settings and all that, but I don't really like any of it that much. It's just not as fluid and smooth. Parkour's nice. The combat's meh. It's basic. Swing, hit, parry, dodge. I'm not saying it's not fun. I might have said that already, but it doesn't take away from the game's fun. It's still a pretty fun game. Honestly, key tip for any of these is just use the environment. There's spears you can throw that do a bunch of damage, and if you kick or body slam anybody into these, or this, or, you know, that, they're gonna die. It's pretty simple. There's usually a pretty decent room somewhere. Probably already found it. But once you are ready and you think you've gotten all the loot that you want from the camp, you just go over to these big things like that look just like this, and you go up to the crank, or you grab a gas can, your choice. Now you go up to this and you just claim the clan. Another one of those quick time event moments. Not very hard to do. Takes a second. Whether you got hold or tap, takes a while. And as you see, that turns out that was my last bandit camp. Sweet. Not like it's saying much because it's really not that many. It's a real easy achievement to get. And then you got yourself a nice camp. Oh, and look at that. I got some artifact here for it. But that's a thing you can get from them as well. I actually like how this camp looks. It looks nice. It's a nice looking camp. But That is bandit camps. They're fun. They're not my favorite. They're fun though. They definitely are fun. My favorite is the G area anomaly. That's the most fun for me. But these ones aren't boring. They're all right, and they're not really. And they don't get to the point where they're annoying because there's only like 3 or 4 of them, so it's not the big of a deal. Well, might as well end this one off like I've ended every other part, I think. Jumping and not knowing what happens. Next event, I don't know what it will be, but there's sure there'll be one coming because there's quite a few events in this game.